The summary of Noli me Tangere. Having completed his studies in Europe, young Juan Crisostomo Ibarra comes back to the Philippines after a 7-year absence. In his honor, Captain Tiago throws a get-together party, which is attended by friars and other prominent figures. In an unfortunate incident, former curate Father Damaso belittles and slanders Ibarra. But Ibarra brushes off the insult and takes no offense. He instead politely excuses himself and leaves the party because of an allegedly important task. The day after the humbling party, Ibarra goes to see Maria Clara, his love interest, a beautiful daughter of Captain Tiago and an affluent resident of Binondo, Manila. Their long-standing love is clearly manifested in this meeting, and Maria Clara cannot help but reread the letters her sweetheart had written her, before he went to Europe. Before Ibarra left for San Diego, Lieutenant Guevara, a Guardia Civil, reveals to him the incidents preceding the death of his father, Don Rafael Ibarra, a rich haciendero of the town. According to the lieutenant, Don Rafael was unjustly accused of being a heretic, in addition to being a filibuster, an allegation brought forth by Father Damaso because of Don Rafael's non-participation in the sacraments, such as confession and mass. Father Damaso's animosity against Ibarra's father is aggravated by another incident when Don Rafael helped out on a fight between a tax collector and a student fighting, and the former's death was blamed on him, although it was not deliberate. Suddenly, all of those who thought ill of him surfaced with additional complaints. He was imprisoned, and just when the matter was almost settled, he got sick and died in jail. Still not content with what he had done, Father Damaso arranged for Don Rafael's corpse to be dug up and transferred from the Catholic cemetery to the Chinese cemetery, because he thought it inappropriate to allow a heretic such as Don Rafael a Catholic burial ground. Unfortunately, it was raining, and because of the bothersome weight of the cadaver, the men in charge of the burial decided to throw the corpse into the lake. Revenge was not in Ibarra's plans. Instead, he carries through his father's plan of putting up a school, since he believes that education would pave the way to his country's progress. All over the novel the author refers to both Spain and the Philippines as two different countries which form part of a same nation or family, being Spain the mother and the Philippines the daughter. During the inauguration of the school, Ibarra would have been killed in a sabotage had Elias Mdash, a mysterious man who had warned Ibarra earlier of a plot to assassinate him, Mdash not saved him. Instead, the hired killer met an unfortunate incident and died. The sequence of events proved to be too traumatic for Maria Clara, who got seriously ill but was luckily cured by the medicine Ibarra Maria Clara to marry a peninsular named Linares who just arrived from Spain. With the help of the Captain General, Ibarra's excommunication is nullified and the Archbishop decides to accept him as a member of the Church once again. But, as fate would have it, some incident of which Ibarra had known nothing about is blamed on him, and he is wrongly arrested and imprisoned. But the accusation against him is overruled, because during the litigation that followed, nobody could testify that he was indeed involved. Unfortunately, his letter to Maria Clara somehow gets into the hands of the jury and is manipulated such that it then becomes evidence against him. Meanwhile, in Captain Tiago's residence, a party is being held to announce the upcoming wedding of Maria Clara and Linares. Ibarra, with the help of Elias, takes this opportunity and escapes from prison. But before leaving, Ibarra talks to Maria Clara and accuses her of betraying him, thinking that she gave the letter he wrote her to the jury. Maria Clara explains to Ibarra that she will never conspire against him, but that she was forced to surrender Ibarra's letter to her in exchange for the letters written by her mother even before she, Maria Clara, was born. The letters were from her mother, Pia Alba, to Father Damaso alluding to their unborn child, and that she, Maria Clara, is therefore not the daughter of Captain Tiago, but of Father Damaso. Afterwards, Ibarra and Elias board a boat and flee the place. Elias instructs Ibarra to lie down and the former covers the latter with grass to conceal the latter's presence. As luck would have it, they are spotted by their enemies. Elias thinks he could outsmart them and jumps into the water. The guards rain shots on the person in the water, all the while not knowing that they are aiming at the wrong man. Maria Clara, thinking that Ibarra has been killed in the shooting incident, is greatly overcome with grief. Robbed of hope and severely disillusioned, she asks Father Damaso to confine her into a nunnery. Father Damaso reluctantly agrees, when Maria Clara threatens to take her own life, demanding the nunnery or death. And unknowns to her, Ibarra is still alive and able to escape. It was Elias who has taken the shots. It is Christmas Eve when Elias wakes up in the forest, gravely wounded and barely alive. It is in this forest that Elias finds Basilio and his lifeless mother, Sissa.